Welcome back to BK Nothing But Nets. I got a good one today. Joined with my no Dylan today, but I'm joined by my boy Big Fan Breezy. Breezy, give us a shout out. Tell us where we can find your channel. Tell us what you got going on.
Shout to Gary, man. Shout to Dylan. Shout to BK Nothing But Nets. Y'all can follow me at Big Fan Breezy on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all could probably find me in the chat. You know what I mean? On this show. You feel me?
Uh, it's good to have you here, Breezy. I didn't even see what was the final score. What was the final score here? It was
Shit was ridiculous. It was like
113, 100.
117. Yeah. I
Wait,
was I was following the game, but I had dad duty for real. But I was following the game, and I'm not gonna hold you. What was interesting was Clowney and Drake Powell. Drake Powell wanted, like, he want to play in this city. He want to have his, you know what I mean. He want to, and Clowney too. They serious to me. You know what I mean. That was the bright spots I seen tonight. I like them on the floor together. I like the shot creation from Drake Powell. I like the quick release from Noah Clowney. He letting it fly. I think he had like 7 3-pointers tonight. I'm impressed. I'm impressed because
yeah.
I want to pass it to you saying this, Gary. We got to pay attention to Noah Clowney's player development too, because his player development is I'm not. It's looking real good right now. I'll say that.
So let's talk about Clowney, because I'm glad you. Clowney had an excellent day shooting the ball. Clowney had shown some things. He hasn't shot the three ball consistently this year, but he has in the past. So I'm not super concerned about his three ball. He's developed a little midi, right? He gets to the hole better, so he's doing some things better. I still want to see more of a rim protector, shot blocker with his size and length, and he's a horrible offensive rebounder. Those are areas of concern for me. Is he physical enough to be a four, Breezy? Like, that's kind of my question. Is he a three or is he a four? Right?
Nah, he a four. He's too slow to be a three to me.
I'm with you. Which is kind of my concern. Is he physical enough? Is he strong enough to be a four?
I mean, I think that's why he put the weight on. You feel what I'm saying? I think he had a disadvantage. I think MPJ is perfect at the three. He want to be at the perimeter. And even if you could get past MPJ, he's such a big body at the three. So it's like with him, Clax and Clowney, I could see what you mean. I want Clowney to be better at weak side help too. I think he could be more mobile. You know what I'm saying? He could be more mobile on the perimeter.
Here's a concern that I have, right? When you have those three guys, you don't really have someone to defend the post, right? When you have Clowney, Porter Jr., and Claxton on the court together, you don't really have a guy guarding the post. Is it better to have Sharp on the floor with Porter Jr. and Clowney? Therefore, you have a post defender. You're not going to get killed on the boards with Sharpen. If you want to play Clowney and Porter together, is it better to play him with Sharp?
Nah, Sharp, man. Sharp, I seen him cat jump over him in a rebound, man. Nah, man. Sharp man. You gotta do better than that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I want to address John here. Clowney's confidence has gone up since he started being a starting four, and said it's on Breezy's show before the season started, and the move helped elevate MPJ and Claxton's game. He is playing with a lot more confidence. Early on in the season, you can tell me if you noticed it, Clowney's game, he seemed to be playing a little scared, a little hesitant. Since he's been inserted into the starting lineup, he's improved rapidly. Have you seen that too?
Yeah, I like, and it's a shot attempts too, and it's like learning his shot. Like, I was looking at the play-by-play. I always go to that on the stats so I could see where they actually taking the shots from. Clowney like the elbow three.
Yeah,
really not good knocking down the middle three, straight down the middle three. He knocks down the elbow three and the corner three, but he's really good at the elbow three. I don't know exactly how many numbers. I ain't got the stats in front of me right now, but he knocked down a lot of threes tonight. I would say 7. I think he knocked down 7 3-pointers. And what I'm asking you, Gary,
it's 7 threes today.
Look at where he knocked it down. It's going to be more the elbow or the corner. That's his spot, especially that elbow spot. That shit is sweet for him.
Let me see if I can find his shot chart here. Hang on. I'm gonna put it up on the screen real quick.
Yeah.
You're right. You ain't never lie. I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Clowney's shot chart right here on the right.
Mm-hmm.
You can
That
see
elbow, you
he got
see?
the corner, yeah, the elbow and then the corner.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I'll be
This is
watching this game.
Yeah, and this is not an easy place to shoot, right? Like if you want to get all the way down in the corner or in the middle, this is actually a difficult place to shoot threes, and he does it really, really well. It's a difficult shot to make.
It is. I mean, not to him. That shit is
No,
easy for
yeah,
him.
because
You know
most
what I'm
people like
saying?
it either at the top straight away or like down in the corner, like well below the break. This is a tough spot, and this is where he likes it. So now it's just a matter of him getting to his spots. But Clowney's a guy, when he came up in 23, 24 at the end of the season, we all had really, really high hopes for him. Last year, he got hurt a lot. Last year it was kind of a lost season. So when you think about it, really, coming into this year, it's his third year, but he really hasn't played a ton of basketball. He hasn't played a ton of minutes up until now. So this is like, you're right, this is still him developing. And what are we, 3 and 14? So we're 17 games into the season, a fifth of the way into the season. What are your thoughts so far on Clowney? Like the way that he's developed and his game has grown from what we've seen previously.
I mean, I think it ain't no turning back for him. I think he had his career high versus the rivals. He got all the Nets fan support, if you ask me. Like, that's all I'm gonna talk about from here until I see something different. He got my total support to be the Nets for a long time. They've been looking for a stretch for, really trying to get a stretch for since we lost Kevin Durant. He's the closest thing to a stretch four that makes sense. Having him as the stretch four is the way the Nets want to play the game. They want to shoot the three, and they want one of the big men to be able to do that. Right now, you can see Clowney, his game, as far as player development, it went from shooting that three and being consistent, knocking it down. Once you a threat there, that pump fake dribble, well, maybe two dribbles, and then you should be able to get to the basket. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're a power forward. You feel what I mean? So you could gallop to the basket, for the lack of better words. You know what I mean? And I just think that he's somebody that's serious. He wanted that. He won a contract here. He playing next to Clax. He making Clax look good, making Clax, you know what I'm saying? Find offense like, yo, you could be comfortable not trying to hit the three. I got it. You could get offense from somewhere else. So he's good next to Clax. As far as player development, the Nets gotta take him serious. And I'm not saying he more important than this and that. I'm not comparing him to the other players, but he showed player development, Gary, that yeah, they invested in him. Bro, they got Jawan Howard on as an assistant coach. You know what I'm saying? I think that's helping him right now. You know what I mean? So
There's something I want. The other half of what we talked about today was Drake Powell. Drake Powell looked great. Drake Powell didn't play a ton in college at North Carolina. He didn't play a ton of minutes, so he doesn't have a lot of basketball experience either. But like you can tell that of all their draft picks, Drake Powell is the best basketball player right now. Both ends, he can shoot, he can create his own shot, he can get to the hole, and he can defend multiple positions. Can that be your 3-4, right? Like hypothetically, and this is best case scenario. Let's say we can get our shooting guard, Darren Peterson, in the draft. Is that something that you have moving forward, even if Porter's not a part of the plan in the future? Jaeger at the 1, Peterson at the 2, Drake Powell at the 3, and Clowney at the 4. Is that something realistically you can build around, or is that too small?
say that again. Say that lineup again.
So Jaeger at the point. Hypothetically, let's say everything goes well. Darren Peterson at the 2, Drake Powell at the 3, Clowney at the 4.
Nah, you're not putting Drake Powell at the advantage at the 3. He got the advantage at the 2. We need Jaeger to play better. Let's just get that out the way. Everybody's looking for the player development because he's the highest drafted player. But we've seen the player development that stands out right now is Drake Powell over Jaeger. Not to say like in contrast, but we looking at all of the players that's being developed. And some of them, you know what I mean? Just when you give him the opportunities, like Drake Powell wasn't taking a lot of shots before tonight. This might have been the highest shot attempt night in his career. I don't got the stats in front of me right now, but I was watching the game. Bro, I seen him go baseline in the third quarter. It was like he
Yeah.
found a little floater between, instead of getting to the layup or to the paint, he hit it like a little floaty off the baseline. I said,
I
"Oh,
know
all
he had
right."
a three. He threw the pump fake. He put the ball on the floor and hit a little. Yeah, that was the third quarter. I know exactly the play you're talking about. It was impressive.
Yeah.
Harlem, my dude. What are you talking about? What am I lying about? Tell me what I'm lying about.
Harlem, a Knicks fan, he trying to cause chaos and pandemonium.
No, I like Harlem. I haven't talked to Harlem in a minute. Hope everything's well, Harlem. But what am I lying about? Yeah,
It's a distraction. It's a Knicks fan distraction. Don't let him sidetrack you. You know what I'm saying? His Knicks fan intentions are showing. That's all it is.
I was concerned that when the Nets drafted Drake Powell, they just drafted Whitehead 2.0, right? Like they just took another version of Whitehead. He's much better than that already, right? Like Whitehead never had the ability to get to the rim. Whitehead was never a defender like this. Drake Powell doesn't seem lost. Like Yegor looks lost at times on the court. Like he looks like a rookie, I should say, right? Drake Powell does not look like I think he can be a little more confident with his three. Like I don't think he's 100% confident putting up threes, and he should be. But Drake Powell at no point looks like a rookie out there. He looks like a pro. He looks like a veteran on both ends of the court. I am really, really, really pleased with the way that Drake Powell has progressed 17 games into his NBA career.
Yeah, how many points he had tonight, Gary?
I think he had 15. Let me look it up right now.
Look, I want to look at Drake Powell's shot selection. Look at where he shot the ball, bro.
Let me pull it up.
He's not just shoot. Every shot is not a 3-point shot. He's looking for the mid range. You know what I'm saying? He's getting to the basket. He's a 3-point. I mean, a 3-way threat. You know what I'm
He's a
saying? Like
yeah.
he could, bro.
So Drake Powell had
is somebody. Yeah, I like Drake Powell,
15.
bro. I like Drake
15
Powell.
points. Yeah, 4 assists, a steal, 2 rebounds, 5 of 10 from. He's scoring efficiently, right? 10 shots, 15 points. Let me pull up a shot chart too. He's scoring from everywhere. Which
how many shot attempts he had?
5 of 10. He was 5 for 10.
Okay, 50%.
50%. Yeah, it's
Bro,
efficient.
he a rookie, bro. He giving me that, bro. Bro. As a fan, I could appreciate that.
I just want to. He still seems hesitant a little bit to let the 3 ball go. Let it go. He can shoot it. Let me see his. You can see a shot chart right here.
All right, so he got that midi. There you go. He missed 2 threes at the elbow. He knocked down the straighter 3, but he knocked down the elbow 3 on the right. All right.
There's that little floater he hit right there.
Oh yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
Yeah, 2 other shots in the paint. So you can see he's got shots in the paint, out of the paint, and from beyond the arc.
And he must have knocked down some free throws too. He got to the line.
Yeah, I think let me look it up again. I think he was 4 for 4, something like from the line. He had a bunch of free throws.
Yeah, I like that too. I like the fact that he's, going against the bigs, going against the trees. He dunked on somebody the other day. I know you've seen that.
Yeah. He's been impressive so far. He's been the best rookie, which I was not expecting. Yeah, he was 3 for 4 from the line. So he's 5 for 10, 2 for 6 from 3, 3 for 4 from the line, 15 points. It's a good game. It's all around good game.
But let's have that conversation. Let's slow it down. Let's have that conversation. He's been the best rookie so far. All right, say why. Say why.
He's the best shooter. He's the best defender. He fits into the offense the best. He's not Yegor. Yegor has to run the point. Yegor couldn't get into the paint early in the season. And Yegor is doing better, but Powell's the most complete rookie right now. 2-way player, can shoot the 3, can score at all 3 levels, can get to the hole. He doesn't put up bad shots at all. I'm saying his basketball IQ is that of a veteran already. He's not playing like a rookie at all. He's not turning the ball over. He doesn't have a bunch of dumb turnovers, right? He's not launching up bad shots. He's really playing within himself and playing within the system. And you can see the efficiency numbers are there.
Yeah, nah, I like the fact that he got 10 shot attempts tonight because I didn't never seen him take this many shots. When I was looking at it, every time that he was shooting the ball, he was over 50% before tonight. And I was like, he 2 for 3. Like, why is he only 2 for 3? Like, if he's gonna be over 50%, keep letting him shoot until he under 50%. And even in tonight's game, he's not under 50%. He's at 50%. Drake Powell should get 15 shots next game. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, how you feel about him getting 15 shots next game? Should he, after tonight, get more shot attempts to take man's minutes? You feel what I mean? Like, this
Let's talk
should
about that.
change things.
Let's
This
talk
should
about
change
that.
things.
And I'm not even a Terrence Mann hater. I think Terrence Mann adds value. I don't think he's a bad player at all. Is Drake Powell already a better basketball player than Terrence Mann?
Yeah, I need to see Drake Powell over Terrence Mann, bro. You take Terrence Mann, I'm not gonna hold my breath if you take Terrence Mann out the lineup, bro. Please. For every net fan that can hear this, wide and abroad, from this nation to foreign nations, put Drake Powell at the starting 2 guard over Terrence Mann, please.
Yeah, it's basically, yeah, I would do the same thing. Just like Yeager at the point, Drake Powell at the 2, Porter, Clowney, and Claxton, and that's what we're going with. I'm with it.
Yeah, I like Diego. I just need him to he could do the pick and pop with Clowney. He could do the pick and pop. He could do the pick and roll with Claxton. He could do some plays with Drake Powell. I need to see them have some type of offense together. He could definitely do the pick and pop with MPJ. So he got 2 players he could do the pick and pop with, and he got 2 players he got 1 player he could pick and roll with for sure. I just need to, but my thing is for it to work, he got to be more confident going downhill. He's 6'8". In my opinion, the ref gonna give him the whistle.
Yeah,
I think he's one of those players that if he's get confident enough to keep going downhill and being aggressive in the paint and at the rim, he's gonna get the whistle. And why not? Why the Brooklyn Nets can't get a player that get the whistle? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just
know
need
Cam
Diego to
Thomas
get
don't
to
get
the paint.
whistles. We know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, why can't?
right. And nobody get the whistle, but like nobody, and they be playing physical. Like the Knicks, they're a physical team. They play as physical. There was times that I'm pretty sure we could have got the call. We didn't get the call. You know what I mean? I seen it. It was physical in the paint. I was like, damn, we ain't get no call.
Can we address
And yeah,
that?
I'm not even
Being
surprised,
physical,
man.
Paul Anthony Towns absolutely eats up Nick Claxton. I mean, I've been high on Claxton this year. Today was another brutal day. He's a -17, as you guys can see here. Today was a brutal day for Nick Claxton on both ends. He couldn't put the ball in the hoop. 4 rebounds in 26 minutes. There was nothing positive today from Claxton. And then Cat ate his lunch for him.
Yeah, man, that shit was crazy, man.
But tell me,
It was leaving him open like for 3. I couldn't understand that. Like, never leave Cat open for 3. Never.
he's getting Claxton's in a rough spot because he can't guard Cat anywhere. You're right. If he's gonna guard him, he should get in his grill and not let him shoot the 3. If Cat bodies him and big boys him, then so be it. But don't let him shoot the 3. That Claxton, every time they played the Knicks, Cat eats him up. This is a terrible matchup for Claxton. He can't guard him anywhere. Would you put someone else? Would you put Porter on him? Would you put? I mean, they don't have DFS anymore to put on him. Is there a better matchup the Nets have for Cat? Would you put Sharp on him? Is there a better matchup?
Bruh, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I was thinking of the same thing. And I really don't have an answer, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. The only way to stop Cat is Bolden now. You gotta commit to Bolden now. If you don't commit to Bolden now, if he touched the ball, bro, he's too. We don't have the personnel to guard him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my thing is, when I say Bolden now, as soon as he touched the ball, somebody need to run over. Cat gonna have 22 assists that game, cause ain't no way that we gonna let the offense go through him. We let the offense go through him, bro. He gave us a 30 piece, bro. That shit hurt, man. I ain't never been scratched by a cat so bad in my net fan life, man.
It's a real. We do okay with Brunson, right? But it's Cat. We don't have any matchup for Cat. We don't have anything to slow him down. We don't have anything to get in his way. There's been games last year where Cat wasn't even hitting his shots, so then he's just gonna back Claxton down and score at the basket. Cat's a headache for us. We don't have any type of matchup for him at all. Like nothing.
Yeah, man. We need a dog. You know what I'm saying? If the Nets are gonna stop Cat, we need a dog. We need a dog to stop that Cat. If we don't get a dog in that paint, and Claxton is showing us he good, but he ain't no dog. And as a Net fan, it hurt to see the Cat do what he want to do like that in the Barclays. You're not supposed to let a cat do that in the Barclays. Nah, man.
We got John here.
Dun,
What up,
dun,
John?
dun. Hey Gary, hey Breeze, what's going on,
Welcome back.
guys?
Friend of the show,
What
long
up,
time
John?
co-host. John, it's good to have you back, man. What's on your mind?
Yeah, listen, man, I give it to the Nets. They showed a lot more fight tonight on a back-to-back. I thought Drake Powell made some really great three-point shots. Like, my problem with Drake Powell's usage right now is it seems like Jordy has him being a secondary playmaker to Tyrese Martin, who's now our de facto sixth man, but he's not a point guard. So, like, it's just screwed up how Drake Powell is being regulated like that. When you see what he could do on offense, he actually has some of the best offensive shots I've seen out of this team all season. Like, he can make layups, he can make dunks, he can make three-point shots. And I just feel like him only he played 23 minutes tonight, which is good, but he could be a lot more part of this offense than they're letting him be right now. So I hope they eventually fix that. I thought Noah Clowney, a great night for him, a career night, literally 31 points, career high. He had 7 threes, career high. Ever since he took over the starting gig, he's just really embraced the 234 pounds of muscle he's added, getting to the interior, dunking on people, dropping bodies, making threes like Curry. Like his evolution so far has been a great sight to see. And me and Breezy talked about on the show yesterday, the starting four position is Powell's to keep or lose right now. And he has to keep this up. He cannot have any bad game. Just have a great game after a great game and make it undisputed before next year's draft that, hey, maybe they don't need to consider a guy at the floor. Maybe you are that guy. So I like Clowney's moxie right now and look to see more of what he can do. But again, the Claxton thing, Gary, you've seen it. I mean, Carthy Towns is probably the worst defensive big in the NBA, but against Claxton, he makes Claxton like the worst defensive big in the NBA. Like he dominated tonight.
My concern is playing Clowney and Claxton together at the 4-5. Like that's no offensive rebounds. There's no size. There's no girth there. I got 2 questions for you, John. I asked Breezy both of them. If you're gonna start Clowney at the 4, is it better to play him with Sharp? That's one question. And the second question is it time to put Powell in the starting lineup over Man?
Yes. I mean, you could ask Breezy how many times I saw on Breezy show that Drake Powell has earned the starting 2-guard job. I mean, this Terrence Mann experiment, total garbage. He's had 2+ performances out of like 13 games. He is not a starter whatsoever. I don't know what money Jordy owes him, but please stop this horrible experiment. Drake Powell, in almost every game he's played, has shown you something that you didn't think he could do from what you saw. Like, this guy had a great defensive pedigree coming in, but the offensive pedigree, you're seeing it in spurts. He should be the starting 2 right now, because defensively, he gives that starting lineup that extra juice on defense that they're missing with a guy like Terrence Mann right now. So 100%, it is Drake Powell's time, and I hope soon Jordy gives him the nod. Now with starting Day'Ron, go for it, or even Danny Wolf, who's killing in the G League right now. Bring that guy up. He is just wasting time right now in the G League, putting up great performances. So him and Day'Ron experiment with Clowney at this point. And this is what I said on Breezy's show. Besides Clowney and the rookies, everybody else is up for discussion with the trade deadline. If you want to keep MPJ as a 3rd or 4th guy later on, I understand it. But with Claxton specifically, his value is never going to be this good right now. Yes, the free throws and assist numbers are great. The 15 points per game is a career high, but that's just it. Like, there's nothing drastic we've seen, Gary, from the last 6 years that makes you go, wow, I can see Claxton with us in an Eastern Conference Finals run or a Finals run. You can't even beat Karl-Anthony Towns, one of the worst defenders in the NBA. What makes you think you could beat a Jalen Duran or a Joker when the pressure is really intense? Just Claxton is not a center. He's not a power forward.
Let me bring this to you're right. Let me bring this to Breezy. The better teams in the East, the Knicks, Detroit, they have big, strong 4s and 5s. Like you said, Duran, Cat, right? Paulo Banchero. Claxton doesn't match up well against any of those guys. Like Cat and Duran, you know they're going to eat his lunch. You know, they're going to go 20 and 20 every time they see him. Is Claxton part of this team long term? Or I mean, he's playing better this year. I've defended him this year, but like, does he just not fit in with what we're trying to do?
If him and Yegor don't develop a PNR, if they can't find a PNR with him and Yegor, I don't know. I just think that Clowney do a lot of what he do, and if Clax is going to stay on this team, he got to be a better defender. And if it's not going to be a paint defender, you got to be a better weak side defender. All of those threes that get knocked down because somebody was too slow to get to run to the perimeter and contest a three, that's all on Claxton. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be the veteran. You supposed to run the perimeter defense. That's what you do. You do weak side help. Nobody expects you to be the anchor in the paint. Nobody even expect that no more. We already just said what it is. He's not one of those big. He's not a dog in the paint, and that's what I'm saying. You talk about Durant. He's a dog, bro. He's a grown man. This dude is a tank in the paint, bro. Like
At
that's
21
somebody
years old.
you gotta get a player like that. You gotta get around somebody like Cat. He giving shoulder to Clax. All right, I'll take this layup. Just give him a little shoulder in his chest. So that's what I'm saying. Like we need somebody that's gonna be solid right there, and that's not what Clax do. Clax play weak side help. So will he probably be suitable for a trade? Probably. I don't know, but I could see why y'all would ask that question. So if I had to answer, I would say, yeah, I could see them. I mean, they traded Katie and I don't put nobody. You know what I mean? And again, I like Clowney, and I think they get a lot of what they want from Clowney. And I'm not saying Clax is expendable, but he got to play better defense the way Clowney is playing. Like they we don't really need offense from you if Clowney gonna be shooting like that. You know what I'm saying? We need you to be a better defender for real. Like.
You know what's so interesting, Breeze? You brought up Yegor with the pick and roll with Claxton. Did you guys remember an interview a few weeks ago with the media with Claxton? He said, I need Terrence Mann as the point guard. I'm like, you have Yegor right next to you, bro, 6'8", who is a point guard, and you want Terrence Mann, a guy who's never been known as a point guard, to be your guy. Like, even this is the problem. Like, these rookies should be more part of the offensive sets, but these vets on this team, they're playing with each other. They're not helping these young guys, like, build up their games like they should. Like, and Claxton, what he said is a distraction. Like, Claxton needs to either amp up his game somehow, but we know where his ceiling is at right now, Gary. We've talked about it multiple times. You just got destroyed by a guy who's not even a center in Karl Anthony Towns. They even had their center tonight, and Claxton got mollywalked by him. Like, at the end of the day, we need an actual center. That was what was so upsetting about this past summer. There were multiple bigs in this draft. We had 5 picks. You passed up on a Ryan Kalkbrenner, for Pete's sake, and that kid's looked like one of the best bigs in the NBA. You could have traded Claxton this season.
John, let me stop. He's looked really good. He's not one of the best bigs in the NBA. Kalkbrenner's been really good. He's been a pleasant
upcoming.
surprise.
Let me rephrase myself. Upcoming bigs in the NBA, but he's a center. Look all around you with all the different bigs in the NBA right now. The Jared Allens, the Wembys, like you have the Durant. You have actual bigs that play their position really well, but they're even dominating in other facets of their game. Claxton has no offensive game. He can't make a mid-range shot. I saw him take 2 threes this year. Neither one touched the freaking rim. Like, as much as Claxton's done good, it's not drastic where I see this guy as like, wow, you're staying here another 4 or 5 years. No, the time to trade Claxton is this summer. You want to keep MPJ, I understand that, but Claxton right now, in my mind, he's the guy that you got to get a first-round pick for right now, or you're stuck with him. You're going to get your ass kicked by guys who aren't even centers right now.
Let me put this question to both of you guys. Right? If it's not Claxton, if Claxton's a trade piece, which I agree that he is, and like I said, I think he's been better this year. Is your starting center of the future on the roster, meaning either Sharp or Wolf, or do we see ability to go out and find a center somewhere else?
You want to go first, Breeze? You go first, Breeze.
I think we gotta find him somewhere else, bro. I don't think it's Sharp or Wolf. I think Wolf is important though because he's a rookie and he got that contract. He got a 4-year contract. Drake Powell too. He ain't gotta worry about these guys in front of him for real. But to your question, yeah, you gotta go to the free agency. You gotta go and get a big from the free agency, bro. Sharp is good, but after he to blame too. You know what I'm saying? You was supposed to be guarding Cat. You wasn't, you know what I mean, guarding Cat. And look, you see what the Cat did. Know what I mean? Cat came in, scratched the couch up, did us dirty. Know what I'm saying? So I ain't with it, man. Know what I mean, we gotta get a big. We gotta get somebody that's the defense has to get around. You can't just put a shoulder in their chest and lay it up like that. You really gotta is they a more physical player in the paint. You know. And again, like Clax has to specialize in what he do on defense and have the same offense. You know what I'm saying? You and my thing is with Clax, what was most upsetting is your offense would have been perfect tonight because you could have picked Cat in foul trouble, but it didn't work out like that. So yeah, man, it is what it is, man. We might have to go to the free agency, guys.
Is there anyone you have your eye on in free agency?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. I just wanted one player on this team, man. That was Isaiah Hartenstein. I wanted him before he even went to the Knicks. I say, yo, we get that player on our team, we gonna be solid at the 5. Just somehow or another, if we could get Isaiah Hartenstein, we good. We could win. We
I
win
don't think
like
he
that.
wants to. I don't think he wants to come here. Remember the baggage we have. We want. Apparently, he wanted to be drafted by us, but we did something with his medical records. Like we put it out there to the public, and that's why he got dropped down in the draft. So I don't think he forgot that.
Oh, we
So we'll
did that?
see. Yeah, there was some type of news about that of like last year that I think we talked about on the show. But yeah, let's just say there's some bad blood there.
Yo, man, tell him said we apologize.
Yeah,
Would
too late.
OKC entertain that trade? Because it actually saved him some money. Claxton for Hartenstein. Hartenstein makes considerably, like 4 or 5 million more per year than Claxton does. And Hartenstein's only got 1 year left on his deal after this year, so he's got a year and a half left on his deal. Is that a trade that Oklahoma City would entertain? It does save him money.
It's an interesting potential deal. I'm glad you brought up OKC. I don't know if they would do that per se, but they have 4 first-round picks in next year's draft. They have 0 roster space left, and right now 3 of their picks are in the freaking lottery, which it's insane power. This is unprecedented power that no sport I think has ever seen before. So if we had a smart GM, a smart owner, one of the trade deadline goals should be to talk to OKC about swapping picks. Like we have these Knicks picks. Look at the Knicks right now. They're not dominating anybody. They beat us tonight, but for 3 quarters, we actually made it closer than it should have been. They are a team that has an aging roster, and in a few years, they're going to feel the pain of that. So if we were smart, we would talk to OKC about getting some of their picks for next year's draft and swapping maybe one of our Knicks picks, maybe that Nuggets pick. Like we could definitely do a swap pick deal with OKC if they feel that there's a way for it to benefit us. I don't know if players would be involved, Gary, per se, but I definitely think we could do a pick swap of sorts. But I also agree with what Breezy said. We need to get a new center. I mean, I'm willing to give Wolf the run, but people don't see him as a forward. I understand why, because of his defensive limitations. He's not exactly your typical center, but he's a point center. He can run an offense. He can pretty much do the offensive things Claxton could never do, even in his dreams. But at the end of the day, you might need another big next to a Danny Wolf. So if there is a center out there next year, we could explore it. But the only interesting thing is there are 2 restricted free agent young centers. Duran is probably not going anywhere with Detroit anytime soon. And there's also Walker Kessler, a guy who could not agree to a contract with Danny Ainge, and his whole season ended because of injury. So if you're asking who are the best available bigs next summer, it'd be those 2 young guys, but more likely than not, they're likely to stay. But the Kessler situation, maybe there's something there. But those are the 2 young bigs available in next summer. But I agree, if there's a big you can maybe through the trade market, if this Nets team wants to compete badly, explore that too. But I agree that Clax is not the center of our future. Dayron is most certainly
Wolf, yeah.
yeah, and Dayron's definitely not the starter either. The guy's a foul baiter. He's a great backup, but even him, his name has been mentioned in trade deadline discussions too, so he could be on the move as well. So I think Danny Wolf will get a shot with this team, but if you could pair a center with Danny Wolf, like what Houston's doing with Sengun and Steven Adams, that might be a model that the Nets could follow. So look for something like that potentially, but we definitely need a center because Clax is not giving you an interior presence. And to lose against a guy like Carl Towns who plays 0 defense, Claxton should feel embarrassed tonight with the lack of energy he gave you on defense tonight.
Well, let me ask you a question, right? If you want to play these guys more minutes, if you want to play Powell more, and you want to bring Wolf in, and you want to bring you guys didn't mention, I want to see Traore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to trade Porter. Right? I love Michael Porter Jr.'s game. But like, does he have a fit here, or is Michael Porter Jr. a trade piece? If he plays well, if he continues, he didn't play well today, but if he continues to play at an all-star level like he has, are you looking to trade Michael Porter Jr. this year?
It depends on what teams want to make.
Offers.
Yeah, it depends what the offers are. I've heard Detroit potentially, like they're looking at Laurie Marcus, Anthony Davis, which they have to pay a steep price. But for MPJ, there could be something work out there. But I would listen to what the value is. Like I agree, keeping him as a third or fourth option could benefit us. If you get a young star and you have him as like your vet third star option, that could work. But at the same time, me and Breezy, we saw a podcast after media day where this guy said, I'm taking this year by year, see how my back is. Like we just got to see where MPJ is at the end of this year. Like if or even before trade deadline. Like if his value is really good, then you maybe want to sell high when it's good. Or if you want to keep him, you got to see where his mindset's at. I think what he's giving you right now is good. But at the end of the day, he's also going to be in his 30s in the next 2 years, like a Chris Middleton-ish role, which could work for us too. But we just got to see like who makes offers for us. I would go if there's an offer that we can refuse for MPJ, you trade him and you get back the best value you can. But if there's no offer that makes you go, wow, then you keep him and trade Claxton. But if I was a smart GM, I would listen to offers on both Claxton and MPJ because right now, Gary, they have over $60 million of our cap space, and that's for the next 2 years. So if you want to compete next year, it's going to be tough if you keep both those guys. Now, if you keep one of them, it helps you be flexible. But again, what is the best offer you can get? And I think a few teams are definitely looking at MPJ right now for sure.
We got it's an all-star celebrity panel. We got Pete from Nets Fans, in here too.
What's going on, boys?
What's up, Pete? We're talking about Michael Porter Jr. What's on your mind?
Oh man, John, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to shit all over you on this one.
I have an umbrella, so it's good.
There's a reason why we got a first-round pick to get him, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy wasn't wanted. The guy was on a winning team, and the winning team traded him away. The numbers look great because he's on a shit team, taking like 30% of the shots. It's a little inflated. It's going to be inflated. Is the guy a great shot maker? Absolutely. Is he clutch? Sure. But it's going to be really hard to trade him at the trade deadline this year unless you get someone really desperate. The contract is $40 million. If you're a competing team, that means you're probably in the cap or in the second apron, and you can't take back more salary. So that means the Nets are going to be looking at taking in more salary, probably long term, something that Marks doesn't want to do. And with Claxton, he's playing the perfect point center for you in the Nets offense.
Yeah.
Why? No.
That's nasty. That's nasty, Pete. He's not a point setter. His playmaking is better, but it's not anything close to a Sabonis or Sengun whatsoever. I get his playmaking's better, but no. Danny Wolf, man, that's a point center. I don't see
why isn't he in the NBA then?
He should be. Listen, we got a coach right now, Pete, that is all about his ego, his pride. He's making Tyrese Martin the poster child for this team right now. And people are fed up with it. But listen, I agree with you about MPJ on this. Listen, besides clowning the rookies, everybody's up for sale on this team. Now, will we get a deal for MPJ this deadline? It don't look likely right now, but his numbers could make a team go, hey, maybe there's a chance to take a risk. The only team that looks like they might consider it are the Pistons because they have Tobias Harris expiring salary. Besides Durant and Kate Cunningham, they don't have a really legit third option. They're a team that could make the money work. They have a pick in next year's draft. Like, there's a way for both teams to benefit. Outside of that, there may be not a lot of teams for MPJ. With Claxton, Boston are the only one of the tanking teams actually competing right now. They have Simon's expiring contract picks and to make a deal work for Claxton. So there's a way for us to trade both of them, reset our cap space entirely, and maybe get a top prospect next year's draft and then go forward from there. So, yeah, it looks gloom with the contracts there, Pete, but the Nets, if we had a smart GM and owner, could maybe find a way to get some value for these guys. But I'm open on deals for MPJ, Pete. I'm not saying, oh, this guy's doing stupendous right now. I know what his baggage is. I know that his value is inflated because he's a temporary top guy. But still, he's definitely giving you good value with his offense. It's just what can you get from him at the deadline? We'll see.
It's not even that. It's just trying to find a trade partner that has picks and the contracts to make it happen. That's the issue. Now, talk to me at the NBA draft. Could be totally different, right? A lot of teams will have a lot of contracts off the books. A lot of deals are done then. That could be a time. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that it looks at, looking at the rosters, looking at the numbers, it looks extremely difficult to get something done now unless you get a team that's desperate. And if the team is desperate, do they even have the assets to make the deal work? That's the issue.
I agree with you. Now, here's a question for you. Do you think that they would save MPJ's $40 million expiring salary for next summer to make a big move for a star upgrade or a big piece that they, if they want to get to really be a competing team next year? Do you see that as being hypothetical with MPJ? If he could raise his value up like this, you save him for a big trade next summer?
I don't think so. I can see them holding on to him because he is young and you want the expiring on your books. But John, they're not going to go after a superstar next year. Look at all the rookies they just took. The timeline doesn't match up. Now,
yeah,
if like a Wembley becomes available, right, and and San Diego says, you know what, we don't want this guy, just give us a couple picks. Of course, the Nets are going to do it. But unless somebody falls into their laps, I think that Marks has shown in the past. Look at the Boston trade, right? Marks came in after the Boston trade. We didn't own our picks. He didn't try to win. He said, listen, sunken cost. We're just going to develop our guys. And I think there's a good chance that might happen again. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it might happen.
But yeah, but that means we give Houston up potential lottery picks. So we're basically failing as an organization, which we expected. I mean, Sean and Joe
that with Boston already. It's already happened.
Let me bring in the tiebreaker here. Let me get Breezy's thought on this. Breezy, you heard
sure
John.
Breezy's smart enough to agree with me.
We get a tiebreaker here. Breezy, Porter Jr. Is he going to be here for the remainder of his contract? Is he tradable? Is it going to be really, really difficult to trade him? Where do you side more with Pete or John on this?
I mean, I think it is tough to trade him because of the contract. But
I gotta run, boys. I'll see you later.
I don't put much energy into that part because he's been playing well for the Brooklyn Nets, and at minimum, he gives us a template on how to have a roster, to construct a roster for a winning roster, a winning rotation, a winning starting lineup. And from now on, I want to see three bigs. I want to see a big small forward. I want to see. That's why I don't want to put Drake Powell at the small forward, because he's a small forward, but he's a big two guard.
Yeah, he's a two guard. He's not a three. I don't know where people are getting this three experimentation from. It doesn't fit his game.
Because he's physically strong. Like, he can guard threes. Like, you look at the way he's built. He's built like a weightlifter. Like, I you know what I'm saying? He could play the three. I agree he's more of a two. But let me ask you this, though. Both of you guys. You want three bigs. But that's the benefit of having a 6'8", 6'9" point guard, is he fills that role as a big, right? You know what I'm saying? He's a big body. Yeah. So you can have. Yeah. That's why I'm okay with playing Drake Powell at the three, even though I agree, yeah, he's more of a two than a three.
No, that's a fair thing. I just want to see Yegor and Powell start for a few games to see what they can develop. Now, if we do get, let's say, Darren Peterson next year's draft, theoretically, you can move Powell to the three, have Darren Yegor be a backcourt. That makes us bigger, makes us stronger. Like, that could work too. But that's if we get Darren Peterson. Now, if we don't, if we get, let's say, Dabasa, we get Ahmad, or we get Caleb Wilson or Boozer, then you could have Powell and Yegor be your backcourt. So, like, there's some good optionality there with moving Powell potentially, but I like him at the two right now just because, like you said, he can guard 1 through 4. He's very strong for a defender. We ever see him guard Kate Cunningham, Desmond Bane, Anthony Simons? Like, he puts players in hell because he knows how to guard them properly. So that he should be the starting two right now. But it's just his Terrence Mann stuff. It's going to keep happening the next month till the trade deadline starts, which is just wasting Drake Powell's development at this point because he's being regulated right now as opposed to having the chain unleashed.
I wanted to bring this up too. Wolf has been playing well in the G League. Fourier's been playing well in the G League. Is it time to bring those guys up and let them play? You know, let them swim in deep waters now. Is it time to let them stop playing in the kiddie pool and bring them into the deep end? Let them play in the NBA.
Hell yeah, yo, bro. There's nothing in front of him besides, don't give him Clowney minutes, but you could give him Jalen Wilson minutes. You could give him Terrence Mann minutes. You could give him, you know what I'm saying? Not to say it like that, but these Zaire Williams minutes. You could give him Tyrese Martin minutes. And my thing is, what I'm learning is what the Nets need is shot creator. I see that from Wolf. Wolf is a shot creator. You know what I'm saying? You got to give, shot creators are important. I know that y'all say, oh, we need players that do everything. Yeah, why is shot creator got to be last in that everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, we need shot creation. And I wanted to this is me kind of forcing my Cam Thomas agenda, not forcing it, but I got to preach it a little bit, is you see how much we lost by. Sometimes in the NBA, because they value scoring more for the entertainment of the game, you need a player like Cam Thomas. I'm not saying that, and I'm trying to ask y'all to let Cam Thomas and Drake Powell coexist on this team. Don't make it an either or thing. I'm not trying to say, oh, Cam Thomas is better than Drake Powell. No, they are teammates. Don't look at them as a separate entity. Look at them or how when Drake Powell running the 2, Cam Thomas will run the 1.
He's not a
Hold on,
one
and
though, Breeze.
They let Terrence Mann run the 1 in times. Go ahead. I'll let you go.
I'll leave off saying this. Jordy Fernandez seen a scoring point at De'Aaron Fox, and he also seen it with Jamal Murray. Cam Thomas running the 1, it would be next to Drake Powell. It looks good. I think it looked good, man. Wow.
I agree that Danny Wolf should get called up. It's just until one of Daron and Claxton gets traded, he's not going to have any real playing time. So once that happens with the deadline, at least one of them goes, that should get Danny Wolf an automatic call up because he needs the minutes to really show what he can do. Nolan, I'm fine with keeping him in the G League just because he needs the most development right now, but his confidence is looking much better. Like he's scoring more, he's showing more of his playmaking game. Like he's just getting back to being confident. I think that's a good thing for this first year. Stay ready. You'll get called up at the end of the year for maybe 10, 15 games to really show the maturity and how you've grown your game in the G League. So I think he's on a good timeline right now for that. But Wolf especially, he's just wasting time right now because he's your best player in the G League. He's giving you triple-double work right now, and he should be showing if he can actually do that in the pros. But this is why the trade deadline can't come soon enough because some of these vets are just taking up space right now when it shouldn't. We don't need Tyrese Martins, Terrence Mann, or Jalen Wilson's playing more minutes than our rookies. That's been a huge Jordy Fernandez mistake, and he's got to own up to it if these rookies don't hit at least some type of ceiling this first year. And I thought it was interesting. No Zaire Williams minutes tonight. I'm surprised. This guy's I know he's been a little rut lately, but he's been one of your best defensive players. So unless he might potentially get dealt too, I was surprised he wasn't playing a little bit tonight because he's one of your best defensive players. That was a little surprising.
That's interesting.
Is Peoples? Shout out to Peoples. I like Peoples. But is he bugging right now? What is with this blasphemy on Zaire's name? Zaire, you can say what you want about Zaire. His defense is not trash.
I know our friend. I know our friend Joey called it out a bit, saying he was in a rut lately. But I said, listen, his shot needs a little bit more work. But the 3-point shot's better than what it was last year. He gives you a lot of defensive energy. It's just I've heard his name in the trade mill. I know you and Dylan talked about it briefly on some of your shows. He is somebody off our bench. He's only making $6 million, and he's like a good 3-and-D player right now. So if a team might want him at the deadline, maybe they are starting to lessen his minutes because the 7-15 is right around the corner. It would suck to lose Zaire though. He's like part of Jordy's identity on the defensive end. You lose him. I mean, Drake Powell is now not only one of your best defenders, he's your top defender. So there's definitely a little risk if you lose Zaire. So I'll be interested to see if there is a trade deal and what a return could be because him and Daron, they're both only making $6 million and they both have value with multiple teams in the NBA. If those
I don't want to trade Sharp on that contract. I really don't. Like I want that is a steal for Sharp, $6 million. I don't want to trade him at all.
I don't either, but if they keep Claxton, who's the odd man out to get Danny Wolf up? It'd be Daron. That's why Claxton has to be traded. Like, it's not even that we're hating on his game. It's been a great year for Claxton, but we just saw him get trounced by a guy who's not a center, who's one of the worst defenders ever, and he like just ran through Claxton tonight. Like, Claxton can't even beat guys who are not even at their position. So it's just, if we really want to get through the season, set ourselves for a good pick, and have more cap space flexibility, and get Danny Wolf playing time, Claxton has to go, and I hope we could get something decent back. But I tell people this, I don't think Claxton's value will ever be this high. I mean, Gary, how many plus or minus performances did you review where this guy was getting lambasted by guys who weren't even in the NBA?
Last year, it was every night. This year, it's been better, but it's still not good. It's been better this year with Claxton, right? He's played better for sure than last year where it was awful every night. It seemed like Claxton was getting beat up by. It wasn't just Duran and Cat. It was Bismarck, Biombo. It was it was
Jericho Sims,
big boy, bullied by everybody.
And he's been good this year, but you could just see what tonight was. Tonight was like a smoke and mirrors glass got broken. Because if Claxton can't even defend a guy who's not even a center, it's like you can get beat by anybody that has a size advantage over you or a better offensive game. And people are saying, oh, if we get an actual center, we can make Claxton a power forward. How? The only guy whose role he could fit that with would be if he had a Pascal Siakam game, but he doesn't.
Claxton can't play.
Yeah.
He can't, yeah, he doesn't have enough offensive game or skill to be a 4. He's not a 4. He's a 5, and he's not strong, and he gets big boyed at the 5. So he's not a 4 and he's not a 5, unfortunately. Like I'm not. Again, I like Claxton. I wanted him to work out. I wasn't really against the contract. I thought it was a little bit much, but I'm not hating on Claxton. He just, with the rest of our team here, he doesn't really fit in anymore. You know, having him at the 5 and Clowney at the 4, and Clowney's playing himself into minutes, right? Like if Clowney continues to improve, he's your starting power forward for the time being. Having him at the 4 and Claxton at the 5, it's not a great fit for me, right? Like I don't you don't have enough size there,
right?
And physicality.
I think Clax. I just wanted to say I think Clax. He tried to make up for his deficiencies by scoring the ball, but with that, he, I guess, allocated a lot of energy on that side of the ball, and then his defense slacked. And now that his defense slacked because his offense picked up, I can't appreciate him the same way no more as a fan, because his defense is why I needed him on the floor. His weak side help, it was immaculate. Now that isn't there, and players like Cat could come in the building and put up that kind of numbers, it's easy to point the finger at Clax, say, yo, we lost because you're not a good defender. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is that y'all right about the trade, because another team could use him at the weak side help because they have somebody to man the paint. And I just think it's not about whether or not he's a good or bad player. It's about, are the Nets putting him at advantage at the role he's at? And it's no. He's strong man in the paint when he's really weak side help. You put him at anything besides weak side help on the defense, you're not going to be able to appreciate Claxton. So should he get traded for that reason? Yes. Right. And I think we should be able to get something back too, not no second round.
He's right now your best trade chip on paper. Out of all the vets we have, Claxton has performed very well, and that's why we cannot not have another Cam Johnson mode where Cam Johnson's value was so high, but Sean Marks was like, oh, I need 2 picks. No, if a team is giving you a fully unprotected pick and expiring salary that helps Claxton's money come off your books, we're cutting our $60 million cap bill, which him and MPJ in half, which is good. That puts us in a great position going to next summer with that extra cap space because we get off his contract. So it is your best bet right now to find a team to take on his contract. So we could go after another big in free agency or see what we can do with Danny Wolf. I just feel like for Claxton, he's hit the ceiling and he's doing great right now, but it's definitely not where we want our center of the future to be at. So if the Nets want to actually do something great at the deadline, get something decent back for Claxton, whether it's a first-round pick, expiring salary, and move on. Let Danny Wolf get the playing time because he's part of your future right now, not Nick Claxton.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done on Claxton. This is probably people's favorite show right now, man. I'm done. I'm done, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest, and I only said that because Gary, it was Clowney's career night.
Right.
His career night, bro. I want to give more light to him because it was his career night. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, his confidence got to be out the roof right now. You know what I mean? I just think that he's somebody that wants to win here. He got drafted here, like a dream came true. Like, serious, bro. Like, Clowney is somebody serious. You know what I mean? And I like his demeanor. His demeanor seemed competitive. He not like smiley and jokey. He like there to play basketball. Like, he really trying to hoop. But yeah, if there's room for improvement, yes. But the fact that he had a career night, especially on a night where MPJ was cold, yeah, man, he showed up. And I think that he's so dope that because of his contract on a rookie scale contract, if we was to get somebody like Cam Boozer next to him, bro, that'd be tough.
Boozer at the 3, I don't know if they do that, but I experiment with it. I mean, if you want to keep Clowney at the 4 and not move to the bench. Yeah,
Boozer's a 4, yeah.
I'll tell you this: if you want to keep Clowney at the 4, you hope that you get Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonsa, because you make Peterson your 2 or your 1, or you can make AJ your 3 and keep Clowney. But if it's Boozer or Amont or even Caleb Wilson, that's where the situation gets tricky. Where you either have to move Clowney to the 3, which a lot of people have worries about, or you move him to your bench, which destroys everything he's building right now. So I do. Yes, Gary.
If I got Boozer, and I'll let you respond. If I got Boozer, because Boozer's an athlete and he's physically strong, I'd feel comfortable with Claxton at the 5, Boozer at the 4, and Clowney at the 3. Because Boozer can guard the 5s that Claxton can't, and he's athletic enough. Where he's athletic enough. He's still an athlete, right? So you're not super slow with having Clowney at the 3 because you have a super athletic 4. It's kind of like having someone with Blake Griffin athleticism at the 4. It's like he doesn't slow you down.
Right.
I'd be okay if we got Boozer keeping that front court with Claxton at the 5, Boozer at the 4, and Clowney at the 3.
That's very interesting.
I know, and listen, I know this is a stretch. You're not going to not get Peterson because of Drake Powell, right? That's fair to say. You got a chance to get Peterson.
Yeah, the number 1 or 2 pick. Yeah, I consider that. Yeah.
Right. But then you'll be able to move because I know y'all off Cam Thomas. Then y'all be able to move Drake Powell to the bench while Peterson starts. That's tough. You ain't got to worry about your 2 guard at all. Like even if in a situation you keep Cam Thomas, and my thing is, you keep Cam Thomas, you let go Tyrese Martin, Terrence Mann, you let go all of these other guards, and now you got a 3 headed monster, if you ask me, with Drake Powell, Peterson, and Cam Thomas. Like Jordy Fernandez, make that work. If you could make that happen, make it work. I don't think it has to always be an either or thing. Like, oh, we can't have this player because we have this player. No. You need to score in this league. I like Drake Powell, but I don't think he's the prolific. Only the prolific scorer I can see is MPJ. If somebody say, yo, MPJ is a prolific scorer like Cam Thomas, I'm not going to argue that. Because I think
Gary, you're hypothetical with Boozer at 3, Klein at the 4, and Claxton or somebody at the 5. I think that could work. And it almost be like our version of Paolo and Franz with the Magic. Like, I mean, and to be honest with you, Boozer would have a lot of mismatch. The guy's like 230, 240 pounds already. Like, that's a cheat code right there. That actually might elevate Boozer's rookie year as opposed to him being the 4 guarding Palos and all these other, like, athletic 4s. It actually would give us an advantage with Cam Boozer. And Clowney still gets to build off of this really good start to his big year. So I think that would be a great draft for us. You get Boozer, you have Clowney, and then maybe we go out and get a 5. Then we could compete. That would actually allow us to compete.
I want to ask both. But let me ask both of y'all a question. Like, with the number 1 pick, who would y'all get? Like, and I'm asking because of the sake of position. Like, do you think we need a wing in the AJ DeBonsa before we need a big in the Boozer? Or do you think we need a point guard out of – we shouldn't need a point guard for one. So that's what I'm saying. It should be the wing or big. What's more important to the Brooklyn Nets, a wing or a big?
If we have the number 1 pick, it would be hard for me to turn down AJ DeBonsa. I mean, Breeze, this guy's a special athlete. He can score all over the court. Like, this guy has moxie, determination. He just springs off and dunks a ball. Like, he is like –
is Caleb Wilson in that conversation for the Brooklyn Nets, John? Gary?
Oh, he is at 4.
Dylan loves him. I haven't seen him much yet. I've been so in love with Peterson. Like, I want Peterson or DeBanter. Like, that's 1 and 2. Like, to me, that's a franchise change. You get one of those guys, you change the direction of your franchise. So I want Peterson or DeBanter. Like, to me, it's 1 or 2, and then there's a drop off. Dylan's saying there's not really a drop off with Caleb Wilson. So I'm open to. I haven't watched enough of Caleb to really respond to that.
Okay, but Caleb will be considered. Is he a tweener? Is he between a big and a wing?
Yeah, something like that. He's special. Like, I'll be honest with you, he has skill sets of all 3 of the top guys. He can score in different ways. He can guard in different ways. He's athletic in different ways. Like, it's crazy. Some people are saying that if he keeps this up, he might sneak past Boozer for the 3rd spot, which would be tough to see. But that just tells you how scary the top 4 is, because all these guys realistically should be number 1 guys. So, like, if you're in the top 4, Breeze, you got to feel damn good about getting somebody great in this draft. It's just, we'll see where we fall. But for me, I would go with DeBonsa because You just can't turn down an athlete like that, number one. Now, I understand if we have to keep MPJ, that's why you get Peterson. But if we get AJ DeBosa, MPJ's expiring contract becomes really interesting for the Brooklyn Nets because AJ's a 3. And if you want to go after a big star upgrade, that's when you can put all your chips on the table and say, I'm going all in. I got my my franchise guy of the future. We can go after a star upgrade player, and then we just go from there. Like, if I have the number 1 pick, man, I'm not turning down AJ DeBosa, even if Darren Peterson could be just as great as them.
You would take DeBosa 1 and Peterson 2 if it were you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, if I was doing that. Yeah.
I'd probably do it the other way around, but I'm like either
Mhm.
way, I'm fine with it. Like if they got DeBosa, I'll be through the roof. If they get Peterson, I'd be through the roof. Like either one, I think is a franchise changing guy. So I'd be fine with either
Agreed.
one of them.
I agree with you too. And if you get Peterson, then we have MPJ as a second or third guy, so that works too. It's like the combinations work. It's just you want to be in the top 4.
John, let me ask you something. So, how do you feel about this draft if we get Peterson? Like, you don't feel like it's redundant getting another point guard, or do you think we missed on Yego? Like, what's your thoughts on Yego?
See, I'm so happy you brought that up because I thought this draft was about finding the point guard. I mean, we had 9 guards on this team once the roster was set this summer. I'm like, okay, we're going to find out a point guard in the future. I think Yegor, the fact he's gotten the playing time now and starting, it's been great to just see him show development, get better, get more confident going to the rim. Even tonight, Breeze, he went to the rim a few more times. Like, he's getting way more confident. And I know people are think about him being maybe a wing guard of some sort. Let him be the point guard right now because that's his natural position, and that's how he's playing well right now for us. So if we did get the boss, I'll let Yegor be my guy. That's the BYU connection. If we had that duo together, I call them the Brooklyn BYU Bureau because that's a duo connection right there. So, but if we get Peterson, it's hard to turn down a guy that gets a Kobe comparison, but I feel like this was the draft to get a point guard. Next year's draft feels like it's about the wings. And at DeBosa at the top of the top, that's a guy that will take our franchise from the bottom up down to a different level. So I think that's what our focus should be. But to what Gary said, you win either way with the Peterson, DeBosa, Boozer, or Wilson. It's just where you're going to choose is what we have to figure out right now. And I hope we do trade some of these vets so we could be set up well for a top pick and not get screwed. If we are screwed out of top 5 this year, it's going to be a soul crusher because we need a franchise guy desperately.
Yeah, if we go through all this and we end up with Yegor and Nathan Ment, I'm not going to be thrilled. I like Nathan Ment too, but it's like this is not what I signed up for when I sat through 2 tanking seasons. This is not what I.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Sean and Joe should be fired, have the bags packed because Twitter's going to erupt like you've never seen it before. And the crazy thing is the NBA, I know they have some type of sway here, but the Brooklyn Nets are where they should be. We actually have a owner who said, I actually want to tank for a top pick. He helped me out with the China stuff. Like, we are a team that needs that franchise guy to build something because obviously we have an incompetent organization, but the players on the court, that's what matters, the talent, not this good character BS that they're trying to swindle us with. You have a chance to get a top 4 guy next year's historic top draft. Do not waste his chance or else there is no real way out of this. It's where you have to look at who's available and throw all your assets at. But we've done that twice, and it screwed us. If we do get a top 4 pick on draft lottery day, I feel great about us going in a great direction. But we just have to get there first. And Jordy right now, he's worrying me because this guy wants to win every game possible, especially against the worst teams who have no problem purposely throwing the games to you. Like, Jordy needs to be told, listen, just play your rookies. Get these vets their minutes, but make sure the rookies are what's important right now. And right now he's making Tyrese Martin out to be important. And I think that's what's been the most disappointing so far. I'm glad some of these rookies are playing, but it seems like the vets still have precedent when they're not going to be here in a few months, few weeks. Trade deadline starts in 10 days. I hope Jordy just wakes up and goes, listen, I'm going to play the rookies more. I'm going to give them more offensive sets. I'm going to make them matter like they should, but we'll see. But I really think this top 4 next year is special. And whoever those top 4 teams are, you're going to have a chance to get a franchise guy for the next 10 years on your team. And we have to be one of them. We just have to be.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Gary, what you was about to say, Gary?
No, yeah. I got to wrap this up in a minute, but go ahead.
Good show, man. Good show.
Yeah, I wanted to say great show. Shout out to Gary. It was dope starting the show with him. Shout out to John. Shout out to Dylan. Shout out to the chat. And I stand on what I said, man. Drake Powell should start, and Noah Clowney, yeah, he should start too. I want to see them start. And finally, a big fan, Breezy.
Shout out Breezy. Thanks for jumping on. Breezy, Thanks for jumping on, John. We'll do this again soon sometimes, guys. Appreciate everyone jumping on. Last question, I'll let you go. So the next what's the schedule? It's Friday. We are home for Philly, then Saturday back to back at Milwaukee. That's probably a loss on a back to back. Monday, home for Charlotte, and then at the Bulls on Wednesday. So the next 4 games are Philly, home for Philly, at Milwaukee, home for Charlotte, at Chicago. Any wins there, guys?
Well, when you say win, you mean in the win column?
Any wins? Yeah. Any do we win?
Because there's metaphoric wins, Gary. You know, there's metaphoric wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Living life, we still alive. You know, we got health. You know, those
life
are
is
wins.
good.
You know what I mean? Life is good. Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I don't see no wins, man. I don't know. I can't call it 0-0 right now.
I call the beginning of December Merry Tankmas because we face a few tanking teams. The Utah game, we face them, I think, sometime next week. And we also face, what's one of those teams? The Pelicans. The Pelicans, the Utah games. Those are the ones where I feel like
tanking, though, because they don't even own their own pick. It's like, this is unbelievable what New Orleans is doing. Like, they're trying to win, and they're worse than the Nets, which is wild.
I know, like, if Zion doesn't go off for 40 against us and we beat them, like, they just got to sell the team at that point because you should be competing for something. But, yeah, like the Pelicans and Utah games, those are ones where the Nets are really going to try to screw around and probably try to win. But we're facing some pretty middle-tier teams, so anything could happen in those games. I think we could win by 2 points or we could lose by 10 points. So we'll just see how the games play out.
There's some winnable games coming up. I don't know if you guys think that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you got home for Philly, home for Charlotte, and then you got home for Utah and New Orleans. Like, there's some winnable games. They're not going to lose all those games. They'll get at least one of them, probably 2. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news for the Tank fans, but I'm just saying. Would you agree they're not going to lose all those games? You're not going to lose home for Philly, home for Charlotte, home for Jazz, home for Pelicans. They ain't going 0-4 in those 4 games, right?
If you play the vets in the fourth quarter minutes, probably not. But if Jordy calls audibles and says, I'm just throwing 2 or 3 rookies out there, anything could happen at that point. But the way Jordy's been doing this, the vets keep playing important minutes. So that could be what tilts 1 or 2 games in their favor. That's just what we've seen with Jordy.
Go ahead, Breezy.
Yeah, let the rookies win one of these games. And that'll be nice because show the fans that y'all didn't miss on this draft. Show us Jaeger and Drake Powell close the game out in the win. Show us. Let us see that. Bring Wolf up for one of these games. Like if you're saying this one of the worst schedules as far as record wise. Show us our G League play. You did it with Noah Clowney. You let him get wrecked. He got busy out there, and then he came into the you know what I'm saying, NBA and showed that he belonged here. I think Wolf is making that same case. In those 4 games you're talking about, Gary, I think we should see Wolf. And let us see if we could get a win with those rookies on the floor, especially because though we're going to see those rookies. We're going to see Derek Queen. We're going to see Kneppel. We're going to see all of these different rookies that got
Ace
drafted.
Bailey. We're going to see Ace.
It'd be nice to see our rookies versus their rookies.
100%. We got 5 of them.
Yeah, let it be our rookies versus their rookies. Yeah.
Let's see it. No, I'm with you. All right, guys. Breeze, you going live over your channel?
Yeah, I'm you know what I'm saying, see what's going on at home, and then I'm gonna go live here.
All right. I'm gonna wrap this, guys. Appreciate everyone jumping on. Check out Breezy's channel. He'll be live tonight. That's Big Fan Breezy. Check him out. John, thanks for coming by. November 24th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all. God bless.